Well, this is going to be a little bit of a different video. Mental health professionals will tell you how vitally important it is that you get grounded, that you connect with the earth. And we've talked about that in our videos. I mean, there's science behind it. These people that live in these high rises and they ain't getting down there to Mother Earth and all that junk. But for me, I guess I'm a little wired ass backwards, is that I like getting up high. I connect with the earth when I get up high. And the last 3 days I've been on this roof here at our place working on this roof. And man, it just works for me. And deer season's gone, it's out. I'm not climbing trees and for hunting, trying to climb a few trees for videos, and just because I like climbing trees anyway. But a lot of inspiration the last 3 days up here on this roof. And I want to walk you through some of that. And we bought this place 25 years ago. It was our first house. And we'd rented, moved all around, trying to figure it all out. But what appealed to us was the big metal shop. And we had a bunch of old classic Jeeps. And some of them I'd restored, some I'd bought already restored. And that was our thing. And so as soon as we bought this place, got up here on the roof, gave it a fresh coat of paint, and just put a little love back into it. And it was just what we did. And a few years before we bought the house, through my work, we met an elderly gentleman, World War II fighter pilot. Some phenomenal stories, like P-47 Thunderbolts. And it was just a neat guy, kind of like the grandpa that I always wanted that the good Lord never gave me. And right over there is a crepe myrtle, and he bought us that crepe myrtle as a housewarming gift when we built the house, or bought the house. And a few years went by, and we decided we would start having kids. And we'd been married for 10 years, and it was time. And so we had kids. I'm doing a video, but you're good. That's the youngest boy. He's going to go hit the balls. Something to do with baseballs, I promise you. And so we decided, had the kids, and we were sitting back there with one of them little kiddie pools, you buy at some junk store for $3. And I was like, this ain't going to fly. I said, we need a real pool. So I walked in the house and I told the bride, I said, we got to sell some of these Jeeps. And she said, really? And I said, yeah, we sell some of these Jeeps, we'll get a pool. So we did that. And we got a pool. The guy that dug the pool with a backhoe was drunk. I laugh now, but I wasn't laughing then. He hit the house with a backhoe, tore up our septic tank system. And God, it got so ugly, man. Concrete was all jacked up. I was traveling, and it just got so ugly. Ended up fixing a lot of it ourselves. And but when I was up here the last 3 days, I didn't see all that ugliness. I just didn't see it. I saw the pool. I think the view is just different up here than it is on the ground. So the fellow that bought us the crepe myrtle, a World War II fighter pilot, got a phone call one day from his distant family member. And he had done some really bad things to kids. Way before I ever knew him. Way before I ever knew him. Actually went to prison for it. And I met him through my work. Nobody seemed to mention that part. It's like you don't talk about it. And I remember calling his sister. She told me, she said, well, you don't talk about those kinds of things. Good news is he was never alone with our children. Shortly after I got that news, he went into a nursing home and he died. And I wanted to cut that crepe myrtle down and burn it. The last 3 days, when I looked over at that crepe myrtle, all I could see was the shade that it provided for the baby. The baby's been down there on the ground underneath it. She wants to be up here. She's too damn crazy to be on a roof. And shade she provided. Never did think about all that ugliness from that man. Just didn't. Shortly after that, we met a fella after I retired, and he was one of these people that handles your money and invest, like an investment guy. And I ended up working for him after I retired, and we transferred all of my retirement to him so he could help us do better with our money. Well, you probably know how that story turned out. And so he took us for a little bit of a ride, took a bunch of other folks for a ride. I think there was about 80 of us. And whoever supervised that man wasn't doing a very good job. And we still haven't gotten our money back. Don't know if we ever will. But I'm dug in like a tick on a dog's ass on that one. He would come here, stand right outside this shop. The boys would be in here welding, doing whatever, and he was like, man, that's pretty cool that you retired early so you could spend all that time with your kids and eat all the above. I never did think about that fellow one time when I was on this roof. Right now, can I look down and see him standing there? Yeah, I can. Good news is he's doing 40 years in prison. So how did I end up on the roof this time? Well, we thought it would be a good idea to get solar panels. I'm not against solar. I'm probably just against the company that we went with. And by the way, they're bankrupt now. And they came up here and got up on this roof. And I prepped this roof really good before they got here. And I gave it a brand new coat of paint. Because I was like, they're going to put these panels up here. It's going to be a bit before I'm going to be back on this roof. So I prepared the roof for them. Well, they came up here and they damaged the roof pretty bad. And that rocked on and that rocked on. Ended up getting all the panels off. And then I came up here 3 days ago to fix it. And there was days it was pretty warm. I didn't think about them. I just didn't. I thought about how fortunate and blessed I was at my age that I could still get on a roof and work. I didn't think about my knees hurting or my back or my neck or whatever. I just thought, hell, it's pretty cool at my age I can get up here and work like a crazy striped monkey, on gummy bears or something. I didn't think about how ugly that was after they left that day, and I got up and I said, holy crap, what did they do to our roof? And then the fight, the struggle afterwards about that. Didn't think about it. Look down there in the back corner. The last 2 dogs are buried there. Didn't necessarily make me sad. There was times when it was really hot up here. I could probably see them dogs running. I think they call that like, a mirage or something, but probably just a baby. The point of the video, if it makes any dadgum sense, and it's a lot of history, and I left a lot out, is that sometimes we just got to get up high where we can see the world. And if we're down low, all we see is right here in front of us. But if you get up high, you can see it all. And it's hard to look past some of the ugliness. But I think it is very possible. He's hitting balls now, you can hear him. And that's the point of the video. I enjoyed it so much up here that I went inside and got my big ass salad I eat every night, and I came up here and ate my big ass salad on the roof, and I'm watching the sun go down. So I got one boy over there at a batting cage, hitting balls. I got another boy down there in the lower shed where we used to keep all them classic Jeeps. We got a lot of outbuildings. And he's down there in what they call the iron factory, the weight room, pumping iron. And the bride's in there doing what the bride does. The baby's literally right below us. We added on to the big shop to actually build a welding shop. She's right below us, just raring and waiting to do something. So I hope you all enjoy the video. I really do. I may not even buzz you around. But I think it is very possible. Because I could focus on all this ugliness. There's been a lot of ugliness here. I don't focus on it. I'm focusing on the sunshine and the rainbows and the unicorns, the butterflies. I'm just looking at that part. And I'm confident the devil would love for me to get down in that ditch. And that's pretty cool. There's a guy going down the road with an American flag flying in the back of his pickup truck. God bless America. But I'm confident the devil would love nothing more for me to get down in that ditch and just get buried and mucked up, stuck. Nah, ain't gonna happen. So when you're having trouble seeing past the junk, and I'm not going to disagree with the mental health professionals, and I'm not advising you to crawl up on your roof wherever it is that you live and look. I'm just saying, sometimes you got to open your eyes real wide and just look at the big view, look at the big picture. That's what I'm saying. I hear the frogs down there in the pond. Hold on. Well, there's that crepe myrtle. It's the one on the right, not the one on the left. There's the pool, the drunk backhoe operator. Way down there you can hear, well, you probably can't because I can run on my lips. You can hear the frogs. That's the oldest boy down there in the iron factory. And this is what I've been working on for 3 days. Then I'm gonna give it a fresh coat of paint. And it's gonna look good. So who am I today? I'm a guy that's hoping this video works for some of you. You know, I had no idea when I crawled up this ladder 3 days ago that my head would be right where it's at. I really didn't. I mean, I got up here thinking about what these solar dudes did to our roof. And then it just went away. I don't know. A lot of times, like I said, when I'm given a task, you know, when a lot of people complain about crap they got to do, when you meet people that want to do crap and they can't because they're all jacked up, I ain't talking a good kind of jacked up, I'm talking sick, or they're missing body parts, man, just shut your mouth. Dig in. When we bought this place, my dad had his second round of cancer at that point. And I used to call him and just ask him advice about things, how to wire, how to plumb, stuff that he had taught me, build. One day he figured it out. He figured out what I was doing. I was just still trying to tap him as a dad. And he said it very politely. He said, "You know what you're doing." I said, "Yeah, I know what I'm doing." But I wanted him to feel needed. And so most every project that I've done here, I think about that. Whatever building or built or whatever it is, I think about all the times that I would call him. And so when you're having trouble seeing, just open your eyes. And again, I'm not saying get up on your roof. I'm just saying sometimes you just need to open your eyes and embrace all the good, even though it seems like there's a lot of bad. Because guess what? Bad's part of life. So with that being said, y'all have a great evening. I got to get down off the roof and get my salad bowl back inside the house. Don't leave it up here. And spread the love, not the hate.